Hello and welcome back to Pendor, and we're attempting to take Torba. Obviously this is a pretty big deal, because if we can actually take this, that means that the Dashar have, well, not much at all actually remaining. And yes, indeed, the defenders are going to sally out. Now, wait a minute, this is absolutely fantastic. I wasn't actually anticipating this. I had no idea what kind of layout we were going to get. But this is an absolutely amazing situation for us to be in. So if I can actually get my forces to listen to me right here, because they're being really a bit dense. Yes, a bit dense at the moment. So what we're going to do is we're literally going to do this. Hold fire, please. Okay, charge. Let's go. Get him. Get him. We're hopefully going to get some people in the... Oh no. Oh, this is bad. Oh, maybe I shouldn't do this. Ah, this is bad. Oh, well, maybe not. Maybe it's okay. Let's do this. We're basically using their own bodies as cover. That's basically what I'm kind of hoping we'll be able to do here. Because if you see here, just look at how we're actually providing ourselves with cover. Because obviously the enemy is going to try to attack us. Yeah, they're actually moving back to get a height advantage so that they can actually shoot over the heads of their allied forces. That's obviously going to make a pretty big difference to their effectiveness. They're probably going to have a pretty easy time of doing that, all things considered. You know how things go, right? You know how things go. Anyway, hopefully we'll be able to at least get through this. You know what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm literally going to tell people to hold position once again. Let's do that. Let's actually just draw them out here, because I don't really want to face a huge, massive, I don't even know what, a huge gathering of massive amounts of crossbowmen and various other ranged troops. I want these guys to come out here so that we can actually murder them like this. So they have no assistance whatsoever. This is going to be a lot easier. This is actually what my initial plan was to do. As soon as I saw the layout, I thought to myself, yeah, we're going to have to draw them out of here. Draw them out of the keep. And maybe, just maybe, the archers are going to come out as well. You never know. Maybe the archers will come out too. Maybe they'll, see fit to switch to their melee weapons or something. And maybe we're going to be able to get into melee with them so much easier. So we won't have to run across an entire courtyard to be able to eliminate them. So that's obviously a pretty big deal. Yeah, as you can see, look at that. The enemy's archers... Okay, yep. Tell them to go back. The strats. Can we actually make good use of it, though? That's the question. I'm hopeful that we will be able to. Unfortunately, we are getting a little bit shot up by this fellow who has a thrown weapon. Not a big fan of him, thank you very much. And these fellows are actually causing us some pretty big issues. Okay, we're just going to tell everyone to charge now. We're going to have to charge at some point, and we've eliminated all of their infantry and cavalry and so on and so forth. So hopefully, I can only hope that we're just going to take a handful of casualties as we go forward here into the courtyard. Yeah, it seems like we basically just took, what, 2, 3? That's not bad. That is actually all right. I'm quite surprised, to be honest. I thought to myself, oh no, they're going to absolutely murder us with the volleys of their arrows, but no, they didn't. So I am very pleased, and we should be absolutely fine to actually achieve victory here. And that's going to give me an insane amount of renown as well. Bear in mind that renown directly translates into prestige, which again is another way for us to induct units into our CKO. And obviously that's going to be fantastic. So there you go, 132 renown. I did actually end up losing 40 knights, which is pretty... Yeah, that's not very good. We also lost 3 biscuit sergeants. You can see here that it was literally... Well, look at that, 4 out of 5 were killed, which is dramatic. And yeah, just to... Yeah, actually, I just want to clear something up real fast. Basically, as far as I am aware, and this has always been my thought process on this. Obviously, you can, if someone knows better than I do, then obviously you can come forward and you can say exactly what's going on with it. But from my perspective here, surgery skill, okay? Surgery skill, so that obviously is the thing that determines how many casualties you are going to get wounded and how many you're going to get killed. Now, from my perspective, if there is a companion or if there is a particular NPC that has surgery skill in your army, as long as they are healthy on the entry to the battle, so as long as they have more than, whatever it is, red red text. You know, basically, as long as they're not wounded and they are capable of going into the battle, their bonuses will be absolutely counted towards any casualties, even if they get eliminated in that particular battle. So, for example, if Leslie was eliminated here, that would basically determine nothing at all. It wouldn't actually change how much her surgery is actually providing us. It would, however, provide us with less wound treatment and less first aid, or 0 first aid, when we get out onto the world map. So from my perspective, that's what I've understood about surgery skill over the years. Obviously, this is the thing that I think I proved actually that is actually how it works. But by all means, if you have evidence, to provide something that tells me differently, then by all means, let me know. But as far as I'm aware, that is indeed how it's supposed to be. Anyway, we are actually going to make our way in here. This is going to be a little bit difficult. I'm going to go in myself. Hopefully I can distract a couple of them. This is going to be very damaging. Maybe not. Some of them do have thrown weapons, so this may actually be a lot easier than anticipated. This is probably one of the easiest sieges that I think we can go for, because their battlements are very open. As you can see, we are just literally murdering them 6 ways from Sunday, which I very much appreciate. Unfortunately, this guy managed to survive my first shot, which is kind of kind of unusual. Usually we're killing enemies pretty easily nowadays, but no, that fellow did manage to survive. Wow, okay, so this particular section of battlement doesn't have anyone on it. Alright, so I've actually gotten myself onto the battlements. This is probably not the best idea, all things considered. I'm just going to try and see whether we can actually make a good go of this. I'm not really planning on anything special happening here, but I'm kind of just trying to have a little bit of fun, because otherwise I'm just going to be standing down in the courtyard waiting for my archers to win. That's basically what would happen otherwise. So I'm kind of hoping maybe we can tell our people to charge in. Maybe we can actually get something going here, because I feel like my forces are going to run out of arrows relatively soon. And I don't really want to be in a situation where we just run away and come back in and, rinse, repeat kind of deal. I would like to be able to maybe do some damage myself, at least a little bit. Obviously, I could use my bow, but I've actually found that my bow is not that effective right now, because most of the enemy is using a shield of some kind, and if they're not, then, well, my own forces just murder them, and it doesn't really, I'm not really able to do too much to them. So I'm just going to be doing a little bit of bashing, a little bit of bonking, right here. Just try and murder as many people as possible. Well, shall we say murder? I'm not really murdering anyone, because I am literally just knocking them unconscious, but, you get the point, Anyway, hopefully we will be able to just kill a couple of people. I'm not really assuming that I'm actually going to be killing anyone of note here. I'm just kind of hoping for a little bit of fun, and that's exactly what I'm getting right here, too. I'm probably going to get killed by a thrown weapon relatively soon, and I'm just having a bonking good time right here. And that's all I really want. So, maybe, just maybe, we are gonna be... Actually, they're ignoring me right now, which is actually quite surprising. Oh, there we go. As soon as I said they were ignoring me, they decided to attack. That's very funny as well. That has happened to me many a time. Oh, no. You're not going to attack me like that, sir. You will die first. Thank you. Okay, this guy, yep, gotta eliminate him. Thankfully he has a fast weapon. There we are, very nice. Okay, yeah, this is fine. Oh, no, this is not fine, I'm dead. Alright, well, yeah, you know how it goes. Anyway, we are gonna be obviously winning this, or at least I can only hope that we're gonna win this. I mean, it's pretty clear right now that we are, because obviously, as you can see in the top right, the bar is very much looking to be in our favor. However, we are going to be suffering quite a few casualties because of these archers down here. I was kind of hoping that we had eliminated most of the archers, but of course, I can't see a detailed breakdown of the enemy's casualties or anything like that, and I can't see their composition either unless I were to exit the siege and go back in. And obviously, that's not going to happen right now. So, yeah, we can only hope that they're going to finish this up relatively quickly. I mean, I'm actually quite surprised that we didn't take that many casualties. I mean, it's actually quite funny. There are some moments in this series where I've gone, oh, we took so many casualties, and it turned out we just lost 2. And then when we lose, you know, 15, 20, 25, I go, oh yes, that's not too many. Well, there's a good reason for that. I'm talking about in comparison to how many forces we've eliminated and what kind of siege we actually had to do. Because obviously, I could have technically decided to go out of the siege, come back in, kill another, rinse and repeat with a bunch of arrows, rinse and repeat with a bunch of arrows once again over and over, if I wanted to. But I didn't really want to do that. I kind of wanted to just have some fun here for once and, you know, get stuck in myself. Because that's the thing. I don't necessarily need to do that, but I think that that's a fun thing to do. So that's the reason why I did it. Anyway, we're just going to be letting every single person go here. It's going to give me some good honor, obviously. Massive amounts of honor, actually. And we'll just let people take anything if they want to. Apparently, there's nothing there that's actually worth it, which is very surprising. I would have definitely expected a couple of things, but apparently none of my forces wanted anything. And yeah, what we're actually going to do is I'm going to take pretty much every single thing here, every single relatively high tier unit. And Deshard Bandit, no, we'll take the Armsman, I guess. And we've just got a couple more spaces. I'm not entirely sure what to take, to be honest. I guess I'll just take the Deshard Bandits or something. I don't know. I don't know whether it really makes any difference, really, to be honest, but there you go. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to defer appointment of a lord here, because as you may have noticed in the comments, a couple of people talking about us getting a handful of extra vassals. Now, I found in the past that it's not necessarily required to get a large vassal force, because I've generally preferred to err on the side of caution when it comes to vassals, because they are generally kind of annoying. They can be very annoying. They can basically, you know, throw a spanner in the works almost, you know, anytime they want. And that's the reason why I generally tend to be very careful with what I decide to accept into the faction. Because I don't want a situation where every single person is losing relation every single time I give a fief to someone, and vice versa, basically. And that's something that I'm kind of wanting to try and avoid this time as well. But Torba is a very new fief, and I'm kind of thinking, hey, you know what? Why don't we give that to someone? Give that to a new vassal when I have the ability to do so. I'm going to go back there and we'll see what we can do about, you know, accepting Lord Eric. I think I'm probably going to get Lord Eric to join us, because he's a good nature as far as I recall. I think I can probably take a look at him in the encyclopedia as well if we want to, and that's probably going to give me a good idea. Oh, this is an absolutely bloodbath-soaked, I mean, shall we say blood-soaked battlefield right here for the opponent. This is really, really damaging for them. They have a super open battlement here, and they are just literally going to fall over. I can basically just shoot into the middle of them myself, and they're going to take damage. So that's fantastic. Really, really looking forward to that. Hopefully we can actually get a little bit more going on here as well, rather than just that. Can we please? Yeah, there we go. Okay, stop taking damage, sir. Are you serious? What are you doing here? Look at these fellows. They're literally just getting murdered. Not a big fan of that. Can we kill that guy? Yes, there we go. We actually did take that guy down. Can we take down some of these other fellows? They're actually providing themselves a pretty deadly show of force right here. They're very, very effective at what they do. But yeah, you could see exactly the reason why I am very much enjoying this particular castle, because, I mean, just look at the layout. It has everything that we could ever require. They basically are not even allowed to really defend that much. I'm always extremely annoyed as well whenever I get hit off the ladder. That is that is one of my huge pet peeves, if you must know. You know, it is funny, don't get me wrong. I think it's definitely one of the funnier, more amusing things that can happen. But it is very annoying when it does happen, when you're just randomly running up there and you're not really doing much at all. You know, it is quite an experience, let's just say that. Anyway, the enemy is probably going to just have a whale of a time here. They're probably not going to be able to do too much to us. And I'm just going to try to... Yes, I'm just going to try to be as careful as possible. That fellow actually was shooting at me beforehand. I'm going to just take him down real fast. And yeah, hopefully my forces will actually be able to eliminate the remaining people there. Hello. Are you trying to shoot me, sir? Oh, well, too late. Now, technically what I could do is, if we eliminate the rest of these fellows, what I could do is tell my forces to charge in, and then we could actually get onto the battlements. Not sure if that's particularly required, but it may be something fun. You know, maybe it's a fun exercise for us. Not sure if we can make it work. There we go, that guy's dead as well. Yeah, I think we can make it work. Okay, new enemies have just arrived, so let's actually tell our forces to charge in. I think we should be pretty good to do that. Let's try not to die here either. This guy's probably going to headshot me in a second. Okay, we're just going to be a little bit careful. And we got another one up there as well. Oh yeah, we got a bunch. Wow, we got a bunch of actually relatively high-tier troops against us right here. Okay, got to be a bit careful. White Eagle Knights. I think this is the first time I've ever seen those guys. Don't think I've ever seen them before. Or maybe I have and I've just forgotten, but I don't know. They look I mean, no offense, but they don't look familiar to me. They don't look familiar at all. So I'm actually kind of surprising myself here by not really knowing where these guys have come from. I don't know. It must be a new knighthood order? Is it actually a new knighthood order, or do I just not remember? Either one. I guess it is either one there. Anyway, hopefully we will be able to clear off a particular section of the battlement here so that I can just go around. And I'm getting... This is what I find super funny as well. I'm getting focused down in this huge globule of units. I always find that so incredibly funny. Because it's like, I'm sure you have more important people to eliminate rather than me, you know? Yeah, I'm probably going to get killed before I have an opportunity to do any more damage. I'm just going to try to do a little bit of something special here, just by jumping a little bit here. But I'm going to get killed. Yep, there you go. There's the death. But we are going to achieve victory in the end. Only 60 units remain. Alright, there it is. 60 renown for us. We ended up losing only 5 T-Knights. Actually, this is a fantastic ratio right here. Very, very pleased with that ratio. And we actually managed to eliminate them. Okay, so we can just let every single person go once again. I'll take the gold bar. That's pretty much all I'm going to take. And then, well, once again, I am actually going to be... you guessed it. Yeah, I'm going to be deferring appointment of a lord here. And we're just going to be placing a bunch of random units in here as well, because we're obviously going to be giving this to... Lord Eric, or whoever we actually end up taking. I think Lord Eric is probably going to be my choice for this. So let's defer appointment of a lord right now. Let's place these in the garrison. If I can actually do that. There we go. And this is going to give him a pretty decent shot at being able to defend this stuff. Because obviously they don't really have a huge amount initially. They have 192 there and 198 in Torba. So that's actually not too bad in my opinion. But otherwise, Kishnoman is actually under siege, so we're going to take a look at it. And we're going to see what's going on with it, because obviously they probably have their campaign there, more than likely, right? Yeah. They have their campaign there. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm literally just going to leave them to it. I'm just going to leave them to it, and we're just going to go to Laria real fast, and we are just going to get... Lord Eric, we're going to get him, and we're going to give him the town and all the villages. And we lost Kishnoman. I don't really mind about that. That is really not that big a deal, as I say. We are going to be able to recapture that. The amount of pop-ups that are currently coming up are absolutely insufferable. I can change that in the options menu right now, but I'm not going to do that just yet because I really just badly want to get this merchant. This merchant. See now, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I literally want to find Phineas, right? I want to find Phineas. But so he's on my mind, but also I'm saying, oh yes, I would like to accept Lord Eric. Yes. So let's try and get him. Where is he? Oh no. Is he actually even going to be here? There he is, Lord Eric. There we are. Yeah, so as you can see, this fellow is upstanding. Boom. So this is absolutely fantastic. There you go. And we can also take a couple of martial vassals as well, if we so desire. Which might make sense. What about Sidonius? He's pitiless. Oh no. I'm sorry, your service is not required. He's going to go and join the Dashar now. So this is the main reason why I wanted to actually keep him, or should we say keep these people with us. What about this fellow? He's martial. Okay, so this could be potentially good. So we're going to accept him, and there we go. That's basically all we're going to do. Wait a minute, I actually want to do something else here. We're going to just do this. Get me a baggage train. Thank you very much. And we're just going to do the rest there. There we go. All right, so let's talk to our wife here. And let's see, what do we want to do? Let's change Lord Montawar over to Lord Alamar, I guess. Okay, here we go. So Torba is going to go to Lord Eric. Yeah, see, he's not going to have... He's going to have some issues with this, isn't he? Yeah, he's going to have some big issues. Okay, Highcliffe Castle, that can go to Lord Kairos. And we will give this to Lord Eric as well. And we're going to have to be... Oh, Herolfsson Castle, we can give that to this fellow too. And Nomar, I have no idea where this is. So that's a bit of an issue. Yeah, I'm just going to give this to him. Give this to him as well. And I think this one's far away, so we're just going to give it to him. I could be wrong about that, so, you know, don't quote me on it, because I have no idea where any of these things actually are, for the most part. So we're just going to give him around five villages, and then we're just going to give Kairos a couple as well, just to make sure that we boost his relation somewhat. And there we have it. And also, obviously, boost his maximum army size. So there you go. All right, fantastic. So we've got 2 new vassals now, and they both have fiefs, which is exactly what we want. And this is what the map is currently looking like. Obviously, they took Kishnomen, which is really not that big a deal, as I said. Ethos is still not retaken. I'm actually very disappointed by the actions of our allies. I have no idea why they are being so passive. I mean, look, there's only 156 in here. This makes no sense whatsoever, to be honest. We're gonna just go in. If these guys want to fight me, then they are very, very much welcome to do so. But I'm going to assume that they don't. Oh yes, no, they definitely don't. Alright, let's go straight on in. So these vassals are... Oh yeah, this is absolutely... Oh yeah, this is very easy. Okay, yeah, we are not going to have to worry about this at all. This is going to be a super, super simple siege for us to deal with. Unless the vassals have magically conjured up a bunch of enemy units, because they generally do tend to do that quite often in these siege defenses in Warband. I'm not sure if that actually happens in Bannerlord as well, but whatever the case, it does definitely happen in Warband, where they are stationed inside, and then as soon as you besiege it, all of a sudden there's 200 extra units. And it could just be because you're, you know, creating a siege tower or something like that, but I've always found that they do all of a sudden have massive amounts of troops that they didn't have beforehand. Okay, let's just take that guy down. Yes! Look at that. Nice damage. Okay, unfortunately we are getting a little bit of retaliation here. That's not really going to do much to us right now. And you can see here that we're basically... I mean, look at this. They had 150 in the garrison. And that was literally just in the garrison of the town. 150. So I thought to myself, oh, that's going to be super simple, right? Nope, because look at the amount of vassals that they've... well, should we say amount of vassal forces that they're currently throwing in now. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Magically conjured up a bunch of troops. And yeah, that's exactly what's happening. I mean, you can see that very clearly. And they're even receiving more reinforcements. That is hilarious. Oh well, never mind. I mean, I know it's going to happen, so I really shouldn't be that surprised or even agitated by it, but, you know, it still grinds my gears. It still grinds my gears somewhat. We're just going to get up there. Try and eliminate... Oh, never mind, he got murdered. Ooh, seems like I'm gonna die here right now. Yep, they've probably got my number. They've got my number dialed in. Yep, there it is. Ah, yeah, that's a shame. That's a shame. I was really wanting to survive until the end there, but I had fun, so that's all that matters. Anyway, 28 kills remain, and you can see here that they literally had around 300. So all of those vassals magically conjured up a pretty decent amount of troops in what? How long was it in game? Like what? 8 hours? 7 hours? Something like that? So yeah, they magically conjured up a bunch of people, and that was enough to get them the extra 150. So whenever you see, and this is just a tip for beginners to Pendor, or just generally beginners to Warband, or maybe you haven't played in a while, maybe you're rusty or whatever. This is just a tip. If you see some vassals in the garrison, and they only have one unit, which is themselves, of course, to their army, you know, if they only have one in their army, and you see them in the garrison, be very aware that they will literally just create some units out of nowhere once you decide to besiege that place. It almost always happens, and if it doesn't happen, then you can just thank your lucky stars, because, you know, that's the thing that happens to me almost all the time here. Anyway, we're just going to be letting these guys go, farming honor like no one's business. It's actually hilarious how many we're actually able to release here. Really surprised that we were actually able to get so many. I should actually take a look at my honor, shouldn't I? Yeah, I should probably take a look at that. Anyway, I'm not going to be doing anything with this. I don't have any space for prisoners anyway, and we're going to be giving this to Lord Kairos. That makes sense. And then we are going to be going into the tavern here. Please let there be a ransom broker. There isn't. But there is a traveler, so I can actually look for Phineas. Where is he? He's at Kishnomen. Of course he is. Of course. That is just a... I don't even know what to call it, really. But that is just a wonderful, wonderful coincidence. Yes, isn't it? Ah, that's great. That's absolutely fantastic. Yeah, not really. But it's okay. Anyway, we've taken Ethos back. Wasn't that easy, Lord Montawar? Yes, he was our marshal beforehand, and now he's not, but he really didn't do a very good job, for some reason. Not sure why he was unable to take Ethos. It's so simple, but apparently he doesn't think so, you know? Apparently he decided not to do that. Anyway, we're just going to go over to Kishnomen real fast. I want to see what's actually going on here, because I'm kind of intrigued to see how many forces they've placed in here. Yeah, there's literally 104. So this should be super, super easy, and then we'll actually finally be able to speak to Phineas, and I'll be able to get my my stats leveled up appropriately, and then we'll have a great time, because I'll have, you know, whatever it is, however much is it, I have 30 strength or something like that. 30 strength, 30 charisma, and all that wonderful stuff. Actually, I would like to get to 10 in prisoner management, if at all possible. I don't think that's actually ever going to happen, probably, but it could be super, super good for a variety of reasons. Being able to get Qualis gems much more often than not, I think could be a really beneficial thing to have, you know, because at least, you know, if you have a huge amount of Qualis gems, or you have the ability to somewhat guarantee to a certain extent at least, or to minimize the chances of you not getting a Qualis gem at least, you will then have the ability to almost infinitely increase your character's ability to fight. And that's something to bear in mind, because obviously Qualis gems are infinite to a certain extent, as long as you can continue to, you know, defeat unique spawns and capture them. So from that perspective, yeah, you can actually make it work like that, which would be fantastic, because not just because it can increase your stats, but also because it can do a number of other things. Like, it can give you more rune weapons, it can give you, as far as I'm aware, you can actually upgrade your armor once again. I think I actually already did that, didn't I? I think I actually already did that. Someone actually let me know that in the comments, I think. So thank you very much for that. But I think I've already done that. I could be wrong. But yeah, my armor is now Viridian. If you missed that episode, then maybe you wouldn't have seen that happened. But yeah, my armor is now Viridian Emerald armor instead of just regular Emerald. But if there is another version of it, then by all means let me know. Otherwise, there you go. Wow, that was, yeah, as I said, really, really easy siege. And we are actually able to capture all of these, or to recruit all of these at least. I don't really want to take all of them, to be honest. But I am going to have to do this the manual way because, as I said to you beforehand, I'm very paranoid about it crashing because I've done so much stuff in this episode, and I literally just don't want to lose my progress. And that's the only reason. That's the only reason. Anyway, Lord Kairos actually has 10 villages now and more castles than Lord Eric, so I'm going to give Eric all of this. And yeah, apparently Lord Roland and Montawar do not like that for some reason. I don't know why. Where is Phineas? Of course he's no longer here. Isn't that a classic? That's such a classic situation, isn't it? Yeah, he literally just goes, I'm going to leave as soon as he conquers the town. Because that's exactly what he's done. Anyway, as you can see, they have 1, 2, 3, 4. So they have 4 more fiefs, and then the Deshar are going to be done. And apart from that, the Fierdsvain have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's it. But Rain was actually under siege not so long ago, so we're probably going to see Ravenstern end up eliminating the Fierdsvain at least a little bit, or we can only hope that they will do that, and then we'll have to deal with the Ravenstern too. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.